So hey, what's up guys, this is AK, and you are watching my YouTube channel AKM. So guys, welcome back to a brand new tips and tricks video of PUBG Mobile. Today we are going to talk about one of the most underrated skills in PUBG Mobile, and that is crosshair placement. Most players spend hours changing their sensitivity, copying control layouts, and practicing recoil, but they completely ignore crosshair placement. The funny thing is, even if you have perfect recoil and amazing sensitivity, you will still lose fights if your crosshair is in the wrong position before the enemy appears. Think about it for a second. Every time you have to drag your crosshair a long distance before shooting, you are giving your opponent free time to shoot first. Good players are not winning because they react faster. They are winning because they prepare for the fight before it even starts. So in this video I will show you 3 mistakes that are ruining your crosshair placement, and once you fix these habits, you will immediately notice that your fights become much easier. The first mistake is keeping your crosshair too low or too high while moving. This is by far the biggest mistake that almost every player makes. Whenever players rotate around the map, they naturally look at the ground because they are searching for loot, or they keep looking too high while moving the camera around. The problem is that enemies never appear on the ground or in the sky. They appear at standing height. So instead of pointing your crosshair randomly, always keep it at head level, or at least upper chest level. Every time you approach a building, a compound, a rock, or a corner, ask yourself one simple question. If an enemy appears right now, where will their head be? That is exactly where your crosshair should already be. This habit reduces unnecessary movement, helps you fire your first bullet much faster, and makes your aim feel smoother because you are making tiny adjustments instead of huge swipes across the screen. Remember, the less you move your crosshair during a fight, the more accurate you become. The second mistake is aiming where the enemy is, instead of where the enemy is going. This mistake happens all the time during moving fights. The moment players see someone running, they place their crosshair directly on the enemy. But by the time they react and start shooting, the enemy has already moved forward. Instead, always think one step ahead. If an enemy is sprinting across an open area, slightly position your crosshair ahead of their movement instead of directly on them. This means your bullets meet the enemy instead of chasing them. You will notice that your tracking becomes much smoother because you are making smaller corrections instead of constantly trying to catch up. Good players do not simply follow movement. They predict movement. That is one of the biggest reasons their aim looks effortless. The third mistake is using the wrong crosshair color. Most players never pay attention to this setting, but it affects your aim more than you think. During intense fights, your eyes should be focused on your target, not trying to find your crosshair. If your crosshair blends into the background, you lose valuable reaction time without even noticing it. I personally recommend using either a black crosshair or a red crosshair. A black crosshair stays very clear against bright areas like the sky, roads, and open ground. A red crosshair stands out well against grass, buildings, and most environments in PUBG Mobile. The goal is simple. Choose the color that your eyes can recognize instantly in every fight. This might sound like a tiny setting, but small improvements create big results. When your crosshair is always easy to see, your eyes stay focused on the enemy, your adjustments become faster, and your overall accuracy improves without changing your sensitivity. So remember these 3 things. Always keep your crosshair at head level. Predict where the enemy is moving instead of reacting late. And choose a crosshair color that stays visible in every situation. These are simple habits, but they separate average players from experienced players. Once they become automatic, your gunfights will feel faster, cleaner, and much more consistent. So guys, that was all for today's video. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more PUBG Mobile tips, aiming guides, movement tutorials, and practical gameplay advice that will help you improve faster. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another tips and tricks video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.